Okay, I had to sit and think about it for 4 minutes whether or not I was going to film. I'm at Lowe's, but don't get too excited. It's just gonna be a quick in and out kind of thing. I just need some potting soil for the Alpinia, and then I'm going to run over to another nursery. This is not a nursery, this is a hardware store, a big box store. I'm gonna go to a nursery and try and see if I can't replace some of the annuals that got smushed when the Eureka palm blew over on top of them when we had those tornadoes out here. Hi, I'm Jeff. How's everybody doing? You see me? I'm right there. Looking great, looking like a snack. Hope everybody's doing well, and let's get going. I hope you're doing well. I'm great. That's how it starts. As if I haven't filmed probably easily 1,000 of these videos. Somehow my intro slipped my mind. Yeah, so in a few days, oh, my wallet. That would not have been good. Anyways, as I was saying, just holding the phone up to my mouth, pretending I'm on speakerphone, because I don't like filming in public, and I don't like filming other people too. So, it's gonna be a nice view of the street right now. Have a semi-truck coming tomorrow, loaded up with palm trees. Not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, Thursday. Crane's supposed to be at the house between 9 and 9:30. That's always kind of iffy, the timeline on that one. Oh, I love it. It's so pretty. So pretty. I love the lemongrass. Smell it. Stick your face in there and smell it. Yeah, I know you couldn't actually smell it, but it smells like lemon. So there's plenty of stuff I need to get done in order to be ready for the palm trees. Need to move the pond and, just clear some space. Plan of action this year is going to be to just have them place the palms that I have to have them place, things that you need the crane for, and then everything else I think I'm just going to have them dump on the patio and play around with some things, get them moved around. Thursday's pushing it to get this all out into the vlog, but I think we can do it. It's always an ongoing process, so it's not like I'm going to get everything done in this video, but I'd like to at least get most of them placed. I like the foliage on this one. That's a very pretty, very, very pretty, whatever it was, lobelia. And this has to be brief. Well, mostly because we're supposed to have more storms rolling in soon. No big bags, huh? This is the only thing I'll use the moisture control potting mix, or for the gingers that I put near the dolphin fountain on my patio. It's just a spot where it looks ugly to run drip to it. And, $21.98? Oh, no. This is the 25 quart, right? Yes, okay. In the past few years, the gingers have just grown wonderfully with the moisture control mix. Okay, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Makes sense. Gingers like things nice and moist at all times, and it saves me the trouble of having to water as often. Okay, I know that that's going to bother people. It's bothering me. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it doesn't need to be falling off the cart like that either. Quick look at some plants. Huh, nice. Green and pretty. How much are these hibiscus? I need to get some more hibiscus. Not anything fancy, just plain old cheap hibiscus, because I like to feed them to the iguana throughout the summertime. Price? Anywhere? 25? That's not that good. Just get the one. I love the ones with the double peach flower on them. I wish they were labeled. They're not labeled, right? Sorry, there's a plane flying over. This says duo. I don't like the duos. Oh, I need to check. The other ones are not. Are you a duo? I don't like the duos. Nope, don't want it. Don't want a duo. Too unpredictable. I don't know what the other flowers are. Let me just pick something out where I know what I'm going to like. This. Oh, there are two different plants in here. Huh. I guess the whole point is that the iguana can eat it, so it doesn't really matter. We could do better. The Ixoras are pretty. They're yellow, though. That's not my thing. These are cute. I don't usually like the hibiscus with the red centers, but these are faded because they're unhealthy, and that makes them look cute. No, that's not what those are. I think these are the painted lady, I think is what they call these. Painted pink, something like that. Red would just be, what was it, Mr. President, I think is the classic red one. Well, they're half off. Nope, don't do it. Okay, but this one doesn't look that bad, and it still has more of that white tone. So maybe these are more of a blush color than a white. What am I doing, though? There are hardy hibiscus that have flowers that look just like this. Absolutely no reason to be... This is half off, huh? Really? These guys. These are half off. These are very nice sized plants. Like really, really nice sized plants. Why are they nobody wants them? 60's not a bad price for them. And here they are for 30 bucks at this size. These are big. So when you're picking out a Thai or just any Monstera deliciosa, you can find them with a nice thick stem on them. And that's going to pretty much ensure that you're going to get nice, bigger leaves a lot faster. These have pretty nice, big, thick stems on them. Especially this guy back here, who doesn't have as much going on as far as the foliage goes. Oh, but look, it's already fenestrating at a nice, small size. Well, this is tempting. Should we work ties into the landscape this year? That's getting a bit bougie, but for half off, might be fun. Oh, shoot. Well, these are on clearance, too. These are nice. Look at all the annuals you get in here. What was the original price? Was it something stupid and ridiculous? Probably. Oh, hold on. 12 bucks for all these annuals? I mean, that's a good deal. I don't want them, though, but that's a great deal. I do sort of like this blind love combination here. It's pretty. So what is that, jazzberry that's in there? Does it say Supertunia, lovey-dovey, royal magenta? Huh. I'm not seeing much of it in there. Are you half off? You're kind of cute too. So you would be $10, huh? That's tempting. Do y'all remember in a video not that long ago, sometime in the last month I was here and they had just gotten these in and I said, no, 20 is too much for these. 10, that's good. That is a stunning Pierce. Do you have a name? People probably want to know what you're called. It's one of the Gartenmeisters. Katsura. That makes sense. Very pretty. I'm very tempted with these black lace elderberries here. I've always wanted one. These are nice and big. I just don't think I have the sun. Oh, 4 to 6 hours on the low end though. I have that kind of sun. Something to think about. Ooh, that's it. Hold on. There we go. I like this hosta. It's called Voice in the Wind, I think. Get down in there. You see it? Voices in the Wind. I like the long, strappy leaves they have, and they look like garbage. We've had some pretty horrific weather here, so that's not surprising. Look at that leaf. Love it. It's long, and it's got the ripples in it. That's really nice. Oh, look at all the hydrangeas. It's so pretty. So much color. I love them so much. I try and be very deliberate with hydrangeas because you never really know with some of those over there if you're getting the floral types, which just don't really last all that long, or if you're getting something that is going to repeat bloom. You want to see it actually say that it's going to repeat bloom. I like this Hope Springs. Good hosta. Oh, lots of nice Dicentra. I like the color on this one. They have nice color. Multi-tone pink with the white in there. That's really pretty. I also just realized I am not mic'd up, so I'm sure that the audio here is going to be absolute trash. Is this the Mesmerized? I've always thought about ordering this one whenever I see them online, but I never do because it can be hard with caladiums to tell from the pictures. This is Dawn to Dusk. That's interesting. They look a lot like the Mesmerized. The Mesmerized is one that I have always been on the fence about, but wanted to try. This Lemon Blush. Lemon Blush is probably one of my favorites. Because I look at that big heart-shaped leaf. Is it? Yep, Lemon Blush. Is that it? Only one Lemon Blush here? Well, that's okay. That's probably for the best. I have a box full of caladiums coming in the mail here sometime soon. These are really pretty. Where are you? You look like garbage. Heart to heart, clowning around. Big. Oh my gosh, that's a freaking huge caladium. Might look like garbage, but I bet that's going to look really neat when it gets bigger. Oh, that doesn't look like garbage. I love it. Never mind. Take back everything I just said. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, there's 2 of them on here. I have friends who've been asking me for cuttings. I said, absolutely not. Never happening. They can have these. The whole point of this video is supposed to be getting ready for the palm trees, and we've been here filming enough that this may end up being its own video. I do not know. Some nice looking bromeliads. Some orchids with some really stupid colors in there. That is not real. Do not buy that. It's going to get a white flower. If you're okay with the white flower, then I guess go ahead and get it. May as well buy one that's already white. Ooh. These are nice. the bromeliads. They look pretty good. Really good. Of course, one my eye is the most drawn to is this one all the way back here in the back. I like that. I like that a lot. It's like an ombre color pattern. Oh, there's one right here too. These are pretty cool. That price is good. I need to speed it up because I've almost forgot that it's supposed to start storming. Big cloud just rolled over and it got really dark in here. But, well, I still see blue skies. You probably don't. Oh, yeah, you do. There they are. I've learned to film without the HDR setting on. For some reason, that just was not working out well using the HDR setting. Okay, have some choices here. This one looks pretty good. A lot more red, but I do like it. Oh no, the ugly cash pot that I don't want fell out. I still need it for the skew. Oh no, someone's glasses are in here. I don't know. I'll put those right there. Hopefully they'll come back for them. Or I'll tell someone there's a person over there. They can take it to a lost and found. That's a nice one too. I really like this one. 20 bucks. 20 bucks for this Monstera. It looks to be a puny little baby Delicioso. What a good deal. Alright, I just needed soil, and then of course all this happened. Only good deals and good finds though, right? I mean, these are good finds. I'm gonna stop recording and head over to the other nursery and get home. Alright, minus the background noise of the highway. Just take a moment. Listen to the birds. Take in the waterfall. Oh, it's so lovely. Chesterfield Valley Nursery. Just came in to grab a few things. Don't remember what it was. A couple canary wing begonias, maybe some other things. Some other things happened. Listen, heliconias are hard to come by. It's the only place I've found that sells them. You bet your butt I'm buying all of them. These crotons look really nice. I don't need them. I already have that one gigantic croton. I feel like having one croton that big makes up for not having a bunch of little ones. I've done walkthroughs at this place before. It's only been a few weeks since the last time, so I'm not going to go through the whole... I don't think I could go through the whole nursery. This place is absolutely massive. Really good place to go for Japanese maples and large trees. You want big trees? They got them. I know right now all you see are the shrubs, but let me just pop around this corner real quick and pan down. And, well, you can't really see them here. They have tons of huge, I mean huge. You can get 20, 30-foot trees here. There's some. There you go. Look, they're everywhere. Oh, the dogwoods. Love it. You gotta love a variegated dogwood. They look great in the shade. You can stick them out in the sun. They really do brighten up the shade. I mean, come on. Look at that. Look at it. Just take it all in. What a beautiful view. Let me get in closer. Look at that. So much texture. Love it. Bloodgood, number 10. How much is this? How good of a deal did I... Oh, it's sold. That doesn't matter. $3.60. Alright. God, I got such a good deal on mine. I know. It's not a competition, but it always feels so good to know when you got a great deal, because mine looks good. It's got a really nice, thick, girthy trunk on it. I really like the way the branches splay out from the... Splay is not the right way to put it. The form. It has really good form. Okay, I don't really know where I'm going now. I know that I should not be looking at shrubs. I'm trying to focus on stuff to use with the palm trees when they get delivered. Okay, alright, bump. And, I don't know, I don't think I have to narrate through everything. I'm gonna just walk around and let everybody see how pretty everything is. Look at that wisteria on that arch. Isn't that cool? That's for sale. You can buy this, I think. I'm pretty sure you can. This is new. I don't think they had these last year. Well, they did, but I don't think it was the same ones last year. That's what I meant to say. Oh, those are some good colors. That's a nice one. Who are you? Seaside Serenade. I do really like the Seaside Serenade hydrangeas. I've only seen them, well, mostly in pictures. This looks great. Showy rebloomer. Love to see that. That should mean that it blooms on old and new growth, right? That's tempting. Oh, never mind. No, it's not. I found more. They had 4 more of them in here. Oh no. You know that expression, we listen, we don't judge? Judge away. I had to cut things off abruptly. Holy freaking humidity. I don't care. I'm gonna go home and get dirty anyways. I had to cut things off abruptly because I found some plants that I thought looked pretty cool. Some windmill palms, and they were a good price, but it took them a very long time to find the price on them, so that's why things ended. Yeah, we're going back to the house and look at all of my really good, responsible, not impulsive at all decisions. Unfortunately, did not find any of the begonias that I needed. Not the canary wings, not these Iconia apricot, pretty sure is what those are. That's okay. Worked out fine, because I found a few other things. I have to pop this thing into cart mode in order for this to be at all efficient. Can you be my helper? Come on, let's go. When I tell you that I got some nice stuff, and you saw some of it, you haven't seen it all, I really do mean that I got some nice stuff. I love this cart. It's so nifty. The Gorilla cart's nice too, but it's so convenient being able to, you know, raise and lower it, and you have the 3 different ways you can hold it. Costco, not Costco, Costco 3-in-1 hand truck. They still sell them. Price has gone way up though. Okay, don't judge me. Remember, a lot of this is on clearance. Well, you can't see the stuff that was on clearance, but it's in there. Yeah, I'm gonna spend some time getting unloaded, and then we can go through all the fun stuff that's in here. Like I said, no judging. These are all good things. These are all fun things. Nothing to be judgy about. Yeah, I know, I wanted potting soil and some begonias, but I got potting soil and some impatiens, so it's not totally off the rails there. I just also had some bonus moments. I'm frozen in place. I don't know where to start. Should we start with the little things? You already know about a lot of these. Not all of them. That clowning around caladium. I really like it. That's a nice big caladium. I need to unearth it. So let's go with these impatiens. These are New Guineas. Harmony, Radiance, Hot Pink. Look at the foliage. Look at that. It's so pretty. It looks like it's been airbrushed. I'm going to let that hang out with the other impatiens for right now. I grabbed, I think, 2 or 3 of those. I got 2 of the Firefly or Firelight Firefly Farfugiums. Farfugium japonicas. Those are going to go into the landscape. These used to be plentiful and easy to find. Easy-ish. They weren't called Firefly. I can't remember what they were called. They were rebranded amongst all the plant craziness that was going on. But it's a spotted ligularia. Kind of looks like it has a virus. Isn't that fun? Now, as these mature, they have all those speckles on them, and it just looks like little spots of light, or a virus. I'm going to try those out in the ground as a perennial. 6B, 7A. Sometimes you mulch them well enough, then they will do okay. More New Guineas in here. This one right here, I loved the shade of orange. It's coming across kind of harsh on camera, but it's a pretty soft orange. I'm picky about my oranges, like the orange on the electric orange sun patients down here. Those, I'll get in real close. That right there, oh, hold it still. It's a bit too much for me. I really like a softer orange, so I grabbed 2 of those. I like the way it works right here. You'll see when I get the rest of them down in there, you'll be able to see. And this one right here, which is another one of these beautiful harmonies, just orange star. Again, it's a softer orange. They got some dirt on them in the car, but I really like it. I like these all together. I don't think I'll put the 2 different oranges together, but I do just like the pairing with that ligularia. So chances are one's going to go in the ground, and then the rest of them will more than likely go into a planter together. Not all of them though. I have to be selective about these orange ones. I needed a few new orange to replace the ones that got knocked out of the foxtail palm container when we had the storm and the pot blew over. Okay, now I can get to the caladiums. There it is, clowning around. 15 to 20 inch, that's a good size caladium. And it really is a good size caladium. Yeah, okay, it's got a floppy leaf on it, scraggly looking, but it's just going to get better. It looks like a clown, or like a jester. You see it? With the way that lobe is pretty heavy and then it curls to the back. I like it. Also kind of also sort of reminds me of a sad dog when they have their ears peeled back. I'm just gonna go with the clown thing. That's a better way to think of it. Nice variation on the foliage. Just a really pretty one. This one right here is the biggest one they had. And they were all looking fairly scraggly, so I think that they just need to get into the ground. I also got one of the lemon blush, which you would have seen, right? That's a smaller one. It says 15 to 20 inch. I don't think I've had a lemon blush get 20 inches. Maybe 15. Not 20. Look at that leaf. Isn't it a beautiful leaf? It's really fat. It's a nice fat heart-shaped leaf, not as narrow as the other caladiums, right? Look at that. And I love the chartreuse in color. It's really nice. Very, very bright and happy. That's a great caladium. And then bromeliads. I have a planter that I want to do with mixed bromeliads, so I went ahead, well, I could find them on a good deal. I got them. They're just assorted, various Ziess and Neorigella right here. It doesn't, it's not going to say anything. Just bromeliad, colorful flowers. That's all it says. $13.98. Is there a hole? No. So you get these out of these pots and leave them outside. Typically, not always, but typically with the Neorigella type, if they have darker foliage, they can usually take more sun, which is good because I'm going to be putting these in spots where they're going to be getting more sun. These guys right here, not so much, but these, they should be able to play into at least, I would say, part shade to part sun. These will scorch. I just got them because I really liked them. I like that fade. I like the color on there. Looks like a flame. Really common. You see these all the time at the big box stores. But I remember the last few summers, they would be pretty affordable during the winter time. And then summer would roll around and they would be like 20, 25 bucks. I was like, well, I'm not buying bromeliads for that much money just to play with them in containers. Okay, so that's all the little stuff. And then you guys already know about the clearance ginger. These, though, you didn't know about these. These are what held things up at the nursery. It took me a long time to get a price on them. They are little windmill palms, and they're not that little. They're appropriately sized for their container. Don't see that all that often anymore. Talked about that so many times. Palms get overpotted and sold for much more than they should be. It's just a 3-gallon, 10-inch windmill palm, and they were very reasonably priced. These are, I think, even bigger than the ones that I bought last year when I was doing a video comparing, I think it was Brighter Blooms and someone else, I don't remember, but they were about this size or smaller, and they're like 80 to 150 bucks, which is just insane. These were, I think, 20, maybe 30, which is what they should cost. I have one of them over here. It just says windmill palm on it, and it is much smaller. It's got a little maple tree in it. See that? That's a smaller plant, and I want to say this was 80 or maybe 100, because this was from that video where I was comparing them. Isn't that pathetic? Absolutely insane. Then I have the big guy back here playing around the shade. Extremely overpotted. Has some winter dieback on it. Oh, I need to clean this guy out. Good thing we came over here. I hadn't even noticed all that because it's tucked away into the shade. So yeah, that has some winter kill on it. But this is that plant right there. And I want to say this was well over 100 bucks, which is just stupid. In fact, I think that these are bigger than those are. I would say they almost definitely are. Pretty cold hardy. I'm going to give it a year, and then I'm going to try them in the ground. So those other ones were so expensive. I'm like, well, I want to try them in the ground when they cost that much, but for 25, 30 bucks, I'll roll the dice. I've done windmills in the ground before, plenty of occasions, and it's just risky here. We'll have several years of pretty mild winters, and then all of a sudden, we'll have one that's just absolutely horrible. Even with protection, sometimes it's just not enough. We have an ice storm or something that knocks out power, and boom, they're dead. When that happens, it's too cold. So, I don't know. And also, the windmills, they don't handle the fluctuations in temperature as well as some of the others. Like the Pindos, the Butia palms, they are not as cold hardy, but they do better for me overwintering in some kind of enclosure. You have to put them in an enclosure here, not all winter, but for generally probably 6 to 10 weeks throughout the winter. It's cold enough that they need something around them, and they don't like the fluctuations. When you have them wrapped up in something, you have days where it's maybe 2 degrees outside, and then maybe a week later it's 50 degrees outside. You're constantly wrapping them and unwrapping them. It's just a pain, and it's not something I want to do anymore. But I went ahead, I got these for a more reasonable price. Things these look really cute in some planters. Can grow them out nice and big into a container, or try them in the ground, because I'm not going to feel as bad about losing a $25 or $30 plant, right? Okay, and then the ties. I got 2 of them, and they're good looking too. This one right here is getting ready to pop open a new leaf, so that's exciting. This one right here I was on the fence about, because its last stem here is broken, but you can see, you can come in there if it will focus. There we go. It has some new growth coming out of it, so not anything I'm worried about, and it's a nice thick stem too, which I talked about while we were at the nursery, right? Look at the size of this leaf. You want to know the best thing about it? These were more than half off. These were only 15 bucks. $15. I can get behind that. And Turbo, he's like 30 inches, I think, up here at the hips. So that gives you an idea of how big these are. I even thought $60 was pretty reasonable for ones this size, but $15? Heck yeah. And they look beautiful too. These are really nice quality. They're healthy. They're not gangly. Probably need to get them into a new mix, but we're outside. It's nice and warm, so I'm not as concerned about their mix as I would be if they were in the house. In the house where temperatures are more cool, that's when things being compacted, not having enough oxygen, that can be much more of an issue. As long as you're outside and things are nice and warm, I don't worry about that anywhere near as much. These are freaking awesome. When I found out they were $15, I wanted to go back and get some more, but I thought, you know what, that's pretty dumb. Leave some for other people. Because I know 2 people who have asked me for some, 2 of my close friends. And I said I'd keep my eyes peeled. Well, I kept my eyes peeled. These are mine for the summertime. They can have them come winter. I'm going to use these in the landscape or something ridiculous. Got to mix in with the perennials, because why not? It's $15. You know, I mean, that's, you know, just like, it's like buying 2 sun impatiens these days. Cheaper than a hibiscus. And these are actually bigger than those hibiscus too. All right, well, here's the last of it. This is where things, I'm not going to say went off the rails, because I regret nothing. We can call it a happy accident. They had some more heliconias. I've talked about it before. They just are not plants that I can come by very easily out here. This is the first year that I've ever seen them consistently at any nurseries. Otherwise, there was a summer a few years ago where Lowe's got in some small ones, and that was like July. And then they have been getting them in the fall time with crotons and putting them in like these jack-o'-lantern planters. It's just stupid, and it makes me angry because to me it's a summer plant. But yeah, it has orange on it, so I guess you could use it to fall rain. But I don't see crotons as a fall plant either, though. They just scream summer to me. Regardless, it's no use to me finding them in July when I've already done most of my planters. Especially useless to find them in August or September when they're in fall containers. Not really all that great. And these, some of them look more rough than others. So when I got there were a whole bunch in the front, and I picked out a few of those. And then as I was walking around, I found some nicer ones inside of the greenhouse, so I swapped some out. The ones that aren't looking too hot though, it's all right, because look at how incredibly full these containers are. Like they're literally busting out of the bottom of the pot. Every single one of these growths is gonna have a flower on it. So just need to prune these off and make sure it's getting fertilizer. They are heavy feeders, and they will start blooming again and looking great. So there were, I think, 4 of the ones that weren't looking too hot. By not too hot, just means they're bloomed out. And that's not a big deal. They bloom really well. And then I grabbed several of these that are just really big, luscious, healthy heliconias. Isn't that a great looking flower? Inflorescence, I should say. These aren't as full, but they have a nice taller inflorescence. Look at this. Look at that little pool behind it. Oh, it's so pretty. See? So pretty. Excellent color. Look, there's enough of them to go all the way around this container. They aren't staying here. I thought this would be a good spot to keep them for right now. My focus right now is actually prepping the yard for the delivery of the palm trees. So this video, it'll be out way after that, probably. After the palm trees have been delivered. I'm sure the backyard will look totally different by the time this video comes out. But I found enough fun stuff and good deals that I thought this would be fun as its very own video. Hey, baby. You like your Monstera? It's a very pretty Monstera. It has a nice variegation on it. My Monstera's variegation sucks. This has been like a fever dream this summer, being able to find all of these helis. Come under here with shade so you can see things better. Look at them. Look at them. So pretty. They're just sold as assorted heliconias, which I would say they are. It looks to me like it's a mix of Andromedas and Chaconianas. You can see there are some height differences, but that also can just go back to, well, temperature and the amount of light that they've been receiving. Lower light, higher growth, typically, but not always, right? Some of them just get taller. That's typically what you see for sale. Most commonly are the Andromedas and the Chaconianas. These actually look like they're probably mostly Chacos. The ones that aren't looking too hot, I mean, it's hard to tell, because they could use some TLC and some love. They need to get into a fresh mix. I think that would help these out a lot. I have these sitting over here where they're going to get mostly shade, some morning sun, and there's going to be a little bit of afternoon light that breaks through here, but it's like late afternoon, after 5 o'clock, I think. So they should be good right here. Also, this hydrangea tree is absolutely massive, so it should cast some shade down onto them. I'm going to keep them well watered. The heliconias, they can take some sun. I'm noticing the afternoon sun this time of year, because our sun is really strong this time of year, not great. More into the summer, they don't seem to mind the afternoon sun, depending on the heat. The ties, I'm going to keep them out of afternoon sun because they are very, very, very heavily variegated. So all those white spots make them more susceptible to some leaf scorch. As they're sitting over there, this angle is much better. I mean, it's kind of backlit and getting close. Oh, it's so pretty. Man, I wasn't expecting all this. I was hoping to maybe find some nice New Guinea impatiens to replace the ones down there, and then the potting mix, and then hopefully some begonias, which they really didn't have anything that I liked that I thought would work for what I'm doing. I just need 2 more to put right here, and I need 2 canary wing begonias to put in those Miami planters when the Adenidias get here on Thursday, but I can always add to those later. I'm just excited about these. Oh, there's so much color. They're my favorites. They're my absolute favorites. This is even a nice palette too. I like the way the heliconias and the ties go together. That could make for a really ridiculous arrangement. These were great deals too. Everything here was a really, really good deal. Need to water that ginger. Look at that. I had to put it all together just so you could see all those fun colors. It's a great combination. Not that they're going to all end up together, but it's fun seeing them together for right now. Also, this just probably made for a really nice thumbnail. So much color, so much happiness. This is a bit much. These together, that's a bit much. But I do like the way they look with the heliconias. These are great. I probably should have gotten 3, but I think 2 is good. 2 will do. I was just gonna kind of pop them around in random places. I said earlier, I'm pretty sure I said while I was at Lowe's that I have a whole bunch of other caladiums coming in the mail, so I'll just mix them in with the rest of those that are coming in. Love it, love it. Such beautiful flowers. Sorry the bowl's dirty. I brushed it this morning and I have to brush it all again. It's a process. You brush everything down towards the drains, and then it settles again, and then you gotta brush it, the stuff that settled, back over to the drains so that they can get cleaned up by the filter. Oh, very nice. And 15 bucks. Talk about a good deal. Pardon my nails, they are permanently this color. I was planting a bunch of stuff yesterday in the compost and everything, and this is just the way they look now. Cleaned them, put them in the little brush, scrubbed them out. Just gonna have to cut that off. Usually the easiest way to go about it. Hey, that's gonna do it. Hope everybody's doing well, having a great day, great life. Everything's going absolutely beautifully for you. Comment down below, say hi, what's going on in your gardens. Have you found some really good deals? Do you have some favorite types of heliconias, caladiums? All of it. What do you got going on? All right, as always, and most importantly, everybody, keep on growing. Bye-bye.